Come to Remora TC to trade like a shark and not get eaten by one. Let's school together to protect and grow our money. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. It is March 25th. Let's take a look at how the tickers behaved over the past week, especially with my predictions for the overall direction of each ticker. Starting things off, we've got triple Qs. You can see here the overall trend over the past couple months has been downward. That's pretty obvious. My prediction has been downward, and it's been based on all of this momentum change to the downside, bearish momentum back here in the fall timeframe of 2025. So with this downward movement, my prediction was likely price would come down to an area of support down here where this trend line, thick trend line has been drawn, okay? Goes all the way back for a while. What you can also see is where the 200-day moving average is. It's right here. I'm going to redraw it just because the way I draw it is just a prediction based on where I think the overall price action will be. So there it is, okay? Maybe I'll move it down just a little bit, like that. So what I think will happen is there is some resistance up here. So let's move this down here like this. There you go. There's some resistance along the 200-day. Price may come up, poke its head above the 200-day a bit, only to get rejected on this trend line here. Okay, so it's this thinner one that will pose another resistance zone. And it's possible price will push up a little bit above it. In the end, ultimately, the overall direction is to the downside. It's not done, okay? And it'll be down here where we might find some support on this 200-day down here. Excuse me, on this trend line down here. At the same time, what I do want to make very clear is there is bullishness. The bullishness is based on all of this price action moving downward, lower lows, okay? Even a lower low here, but on the RSI, you can see that the momentum has started to change. So the question is it momentous enough, is it big enough to change the overall price action of triple Qs? And I don't think so. So even though there's momentum change here, I think price will continue its movement down to this trend line down here, okay? And we will revisit it because it will cause even greater bullishness, and it's possible that it will be an opportunity to go long down here. Right now it's not, so just hang tight. Switching to Microsoft, yeah, the prediction continues to play out. The price has come down to this support line here of 370. Hit it today, look at that, closed right, pretty much right at it. So the question is there bullish momentum? You can see there is some here, hence I put the whale. But where price is here and price is here, let's take a look comparatively on the RSI. And as I keep zooming in, I'm looking at this point here, and this point here. You can see that there is a higher, okay, higher RSI. So with that, I'm going to go like this so you can see. So in fact, I'll just go like this, okay? There you go. So we can delete this one. So there is a momentum, a huge momentum buildup here, change. So it's possible that this line here, 370, will hold. It's very possible. So let me take a look myself. This is an opportunity to go long in Microsoft. There is some bullishness there. Okay, I'm going to put a second whale to be consistent with my overall annotations. Let's see, let's put a second whale. All right, second whale added there. So am I going to draw a line? Am I going to draw an arrow heading upward because it's a long opportunity? I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I'm going to try to take a look at this from a as objective as I can. So I'm going to say there is, but it will be only to this trend line here. Okay, so there may be a short-term rebound. So I'm going to draw it in. Let's do that. There may be a short-term rebound up to this resistance zone. And then the next move is like a rejection there and further down to this zone of support in green. I've annotated the green zone for a while. So this is what I think will happen. It may not even reach all the way back up here to around 402. It won't. It may not. And then further low prices, okay? So let me put a smaller whale here because I don't want you to get overly excited to go long. Because I'm not telling you this is the opportunity to go long. I'm going to put some mini whales. Okay, they're cute whales for a short-term move here. If you were to play it from here to here, it's about a 10% move. So I mean that's a decent move because the risk reward is pretty decent. So I'm going to have a think myself. And what I'm not convinced about is the volume. So you can see the volume is pretty flat here. Okay, volume is pretty flat for the past few weeks. I don't see a lot of volume. Okay, comparatively, this volume is greater than. So the past couple months is greater volume than over the second half of last year. Let's go to the weekly. The weekly might inform us a little bit more. All right, so the selling may be, yeah, there may be an end to the selling because look, these big candles on the red side, okay, a lot of selling. And I would expect that they would want some, yeah, they might, the big fish may want to come back in. I don't see a change in bullishness on the weekly though. Not to say that it would result in the whales jumping back in, but you can see on the weekly here, there's a lot of selling. Okay, there's a lot of bearishness here. So really, all right, so let me just be decisive and just tell you what I think. I think the price action will move up a little bit. It may not reach all the way up here. So I'm going to pull this back some. Don't want you to get too excited. Okay. It may not even get up there. Yeah, I'm going to draw another trend line real quick. Let's go like this. Let's start from here. Go something like that. Okay. So what I'm depicting is area of resistance. And let's change the color of this. Let's not make it green. Let's make it orange. Like a deep orange, like that. I think we'll go up to like this. Let's see. All right, something like this. Okay. Where this is a trend line. Okay, price behaving, hitting it at certain points along the way. And then this trend line will also be resistance. So price may bounce up to this trend line. All right, so that's my cleaned up annotation for you. Resistance here, make it red. And then let's add this guy here. There you go. All right. So the near-term price action up to this orange trend line, get rejected, further low prices for Microsoft. Over GDX, gold miners play. Playing out as I have annotated. Look at this. Okay, further low prices. For a while, I've been telling us price has been behaving along the gap fills and gap entries. Look at this. It came down here, hit the gap entry, got rejected, took a bounce, which is fine. It took a bounce. That's all. And it's filling this other gap. There's gaps everywhere. It's so gappy. The gold play. Okay, so like that. So look, I did my video last week on Tuesday. So Tuesday was like here. Tuesday or Wednesday, I don't remember. And then you can see how price is behaving along this gap. It'll continue to get rejected. I don't know if it'll reach up to this one here. It may. These are all zones of resistance. I'll add another one. The reason why I say that is there's no change in momentum. No change in momentum. But the momentum is still to the downside. Let's get rid of this add. So ultimately, if price does come back up to these two zones, they will continue to reject it and push price down. Okay, because this is just a flag. Okay, it's a flag action. Here's the flag pull. Here's the flag coming back up here, and then it'll continue to come down. All right. So really, no change in the momentum. Lower prices for GDX for the next couple of weeks. Over to Bitcoin. All right. My prediction of 58K, which I made a while back, which I made like back up here in the November-December timeframe, continues to play out. Now, price is flagging. You can see it here. It's creating this big flag. It's in this channel. I'm going to annotate the, excuse me. I'm going to make an annotation here. Draw a big flag. Take a look. So from up here, let's draw the flagpole all the way down here. Okay. We'll make this guy thicker so you can see it. This orange line. You can see that price is flagging along this channel. And I'm going to duplicate this. Let's make it a clone. And let's assume that price breaks. So let's say price breaks here. Let's zoom in. Wherever price breaks this lower trend line here, let's say it breaks over here, then the flagpole takes us down to almost 42, okay? So at the moment, we're at 58. That's the first target here. And I will annotate. Once we break this, then I'll make the prediction of 42. Actually, I'll do it now. What the heck? Let's be consistent. Let's show some conviction. So the next one is 42K. Okay. So you see it. I made the prediction. And the reason for that is there is no change in momentum. There's no bullish momentum. It's all bearish still. And due to that, like, where's the bearishness? Bearishness goes all the way back. Check out the RSI down here, the red. It goes all the way back to May of 24 at this price point here of about 71. From 71, price kept going up to the high of 126. But what that did was it created tremendous bearishness. Price got it up to 126, right into resistance at this purple trend line. And now it's selling, lots of selling. It will take time to unwind. It will unwind likely all the way back to where price was here. So what is this? This is 70. Okay, so it's unwinding. I think the next zone of support is 42. Okay, and the 42, if you switch to the weekly here, the 42 is this one here. I'm going to make it, let's make it thicker, double. So the 42 is there, and it's this area here where price has fought. You can see there's a lot of fighting here. There's some fighting here. There's some support here. Okay, but that's the next zone of support is 42. It'll take a while. I'm not going to say it's going to go there in a week. If it does, well, I told you so. It's just going to take a little bit, maybe a couple months. But what does that mean for those who want to go long? Well, don't go long. They're going to sell you a story. Okay, the story's coming. Something fabulous, like, oh, it's cheaper to mine Bitcoin. Oh, wait, whatever happened to all the mining Bitcoin stuff, building hundreds of data centers around the world, consuming all the chips, chip shortage. Oh my gosh, chip shortage, because Bitcoin mining is the latest craze? Well, they're going to sell you a story so that they can move price, so that they can have liquidity. They can have people who will take their trade so that they can get out of the trade. Okay, so don't get fooled. I'm going to put the bait here. The fish, they're going to try to bait you. They're going to try to bait you around here. Okay, don't get bait. Don't get baited, because they're going to sell you a bag of shit. That's really what it is. And price is going to keep going down, 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 down. 42 is the next zone. Right now, 58 was my first prediction from back in November. It's almost there. I got down to, what's this? Get down to 62. Pretty good. All right. Switch over to American Express. Yeah, doing what I said. It's flagging right now. It's flagging, and there is a little bit of bullishness. So let's clean this up a little bit so we can read the chart a little bit better. My arrows all point to the downside. You can see this latest arrow with support down here at 278, 277. Now, with the way price is moving, this is not a really pretty looking chart line to draw, this flag. It's not really clean. So I'm just going to attempt to draw some lines here. Let's see. So if I were to go like this, yeah, it's real ugly. Let's go to the hourly. It might be prettier to look at, easier to decipher. So right now, I'm looking at, yeah, maybe something like this. Not real pretty. I'll make this into a 1. And then the other line to do, interesting. It's almost like this. All right. So the flag is like that. Okay. And the flag goes back to, I'd say it goes back up to about, I don't know. You could even say it kind of goes up to here. Let's clean this up a little bit. A lot going on. Let's clean that up, because that was a flag itself. You know, the way it works is you have, it's like a waterfall, right? A cascading waterfall, okay? It's not one huge drop. Instead, it's a little bit of a drop, a dip, you know, like that, okay? Many smaller and smaller waterfalls. Let's clean this up. It's like a battle zone, battlefield. But you can watch my videos, prior videos, where I talked all about that. And here's that original prediction, okay? So right now, let's move this a little bit. I see the flag from, let's say it's from here. Here to, yeah, it's not clean, but let's just go here. Make it thicker, right? Let's duplicate it. You guys know how I do this. Clone the flag, and then wherever price breaks, let's say it breaks like, I don't know, right here. Where does it take us? Oh, look at that. It takes us to about 238. It's the next zone. So the flag will keep flagging. Maybe it may even flag all the way. I'm extending this for a purpose to the 200-day. So the 200-day will continue its arc downward. And then when it hits the 200-day, it may break. So it may break even over here. All right. So let's leave it like that for now. I'm not going to make the final call. At the moment, it's in a flagging move, okay? It's a flag move with only a little bit of bullishness, so it's not time to go long. Yeah. Further low prices for American Express and really all the financials. LGEN, British financial company, did what I said. Said it would come down, hit this zone, 235. In fact, it dipped under it. And even though I drew it here by freehand, it wasn't, I didn't say, oh, it's going to hit 233, right? And use it as support. I didn't say that. But in general, the direction I got right. So the question that you should ask is the momentum changing? There is some momentum change here. I'll give you that. It's not time to go long. Let's put the little whale here. Put a little one. There is that, because this is resistance. This is support. Okay. Now, where will price go to find, is there resistance or is there further support? I'm going to annotate the 200-day. So here's the 200-day. Let's go like that. Make it blue. All right, so I think price will move up, hit the 200-day. Let's just continue this here. I'll switch this around. So it might come up, hit the 200-day, and that will pose resistance. Okay, resistance, and then further low prices. I sound like a broken record, but really, further low prices. Now, the tricky part for those who are monitoring LGEN is that this zone here, this 235 to 236 zone, right now is support. But here's the big but. It's support. I'll make it known like this so that you can see it. It's support, but it will be lights out if the support doesn't hold. Okay, so if price hits this and then price gets rejected and comes down, okay, if it doesn't hold here, then there's this thin zone right here between 233 and 215. That will be a huge move down, because what will happen is from here down, that's that's only 8%. It looks big. It's funny. It looks big. So how about from up here? So if we were up here, price goes up there and hits here. All right, that's about 5%. And then from 5%, add another 8%. Okay, so it could be 13% move, which could be significant. That's like a discount for those who want to get back in. Yeah, I think the thin zone will break. This zone won't hold, and it'll come back down here to about 215. All right, that's my prediction for LGEN. Over to defense contractor Northrop Grumman. All right, yeah, it's doing what I said. Said it'll bounce around up here and then break down. It will do this little fake out move, come back up here, hit resistance from underneath. It'll do that. Okay. But as you can see, I'm not changing my arrows or general direction. There's, all the bullishness is there, bearishness is there. There's no change in momentum. Okay, so yeah, tell your friends. Downward price move. Over to what I annotated as a big bait. Look at this. Let me move this real quick so we can read it. I said, hey, they might push price through this zone of resistance here. And then I put this fishing rod here with the fish to say that the sharks are going to bait the mom and pop traders into buying XOM Mobil so that they can dump, because all this momentum change here. So that's what's going to happen. Look, they're baiting. Okay, the bearishness will continue, and then they will dump. I've already told you. Okay, made the prediction last week. I put this bait last week. So last week was what? Today's 25th. So like on the 28th, on the 18th. Okay, so I've made the prediction on the 18th. You're gonna get baited. Don't get baited, because they're gonna push price down, at least down to this purple support line. It'll take weeks, but that's 23% from this zone of this line of resistance. If you got baited up here, that could be almost a 28-30% move from where you entered. So, on this channel, we want to save and secure our money for our kids and our future. So it's not always about going long. It's about taking your money out of the trade, keeping it on the side, and waiting to come back in. If long is the way you want to go, if you want to buy low and sell high, don't get baited into the moves. I've already told you, okay? And if you get baited in a couple of weeks, tell me that you accidentally took their bait. All right, because then I'll commiserate with you, because I've had it happen to me on other occasions. All right, so XOP, this is the ETF for oil and gas. Same thing. This is a bait. That's why I put this guy here. There is a little bit of momentum change to the downside. Some bearishness is coming. There is a bait moment. Okay, I'm going to just write it here, just so that everybody is really clear that this is a bait. Okay, they're trying to bait you. You know, they're throwing the chum in the water so that you can come up and eat it, and then the shark comes over and just like takes a big bite out of your ass. Okay, I've already told you. Okay, I'm putting a small shark here. I'm not gonna put a big one because the momentum is, the bearishness isn't huge yet. Okay, so I don't want to have you think, oh, it's gonna start selling right away. It's not. Just letting you know, the momentum is building to the downside, and then we'll put some bigger sharks. Okay, I wouldn't go long here if I were you. I know what the news says. I know. But listen to Senor Ramora. All right, so those are the tickers for this week. Don't get caught on the wrong side of the trade. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Share it with your friends and family. Click the notification bell so that you'll be informed about my once a week postings. I usually post on Tuesday, probably 75% of the time. But as of late, I've been doing Wednesday night posts as well. So you'll have to click the notification bell so you know which day the video is made public. Okay, so good luck with your trades, and I will see you next time.